Hi, friends, and welcome to Costuming in Color, a YouTube show dedicated to showcasing amazing costumers of color and those who support them.
I'm Gigi, a cultural history buff, dabbleist, and historical costumer.
I'm Noelle. I am a costumer who likes to play both sides of the historical and cosplay world.
Today, we are interviewing Shannyn from Personally Speaking. Welcome to the show, Shannyn.
Hi. Thanks, guys.
But first, some house rules. The first rule of costuming in color is that you don't talk about costuming in color.
Nope, the first rule is that you do talk about costuming in color. Tell everyone. Also, let us know who you'd like to see interviewed.
The second rule is that kindness matters. Aside from that, there are no rules.
Let's get into it. So, Shannyn, where are you from originally?
I am originally from Los Angeles, California.
And where do you live now?
I just moved to the UK like a few weeks ago.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you want to talk about what you're doing there?
Yeah, I just kind of like moved here. My husband is a UK citizen, so I'm also starting a graduate program like in a few days. So
that's so exciting.
Very excited for that.
Cosplay, historical, or both?
Historical, for sure.
What is the costuming scene like where you live?
Okay, so in LA, I know it was pretty great. I mean, I'm in both places. I know it's supposed to be really, really good, but I personally haven't had too much experience with either of the costuming scenes, just because I started in October of 2020, and not exactly the most social season we've ever had. I'm looking forward to it, but I know there's tons of events both here and there that I'm like totally ready to go for. I do know that there is, and I have been to it, the Jane Austen Festival in Bath here in the UK.
Yeah.
And that was like one of the most magical experiences of my entire life. Because I mean, Bath is like virtually untouched since the 18th century. And it's like, hundreds of people dressed up in Regency costumes. So it's like close to like PC time travel, honestly. It was really, really, really fun. So I highly recommend that if anyone has the chance to go, because it was really amazing and super well put together. So yeah.
There are a lot of people who throw like house parties that last like, the entire weekend or whatever in Georgian mansions in
I know. That feels so British to me. Like a country house party, like a weekend, like
yeah.
I feel that vibe. I feel that.
Yeah. Do you know Dressing Miss Dashwood?
My love, my queen. Yes, I love her.
You should get in on that. Like, just scooch on over to the pineapples and see.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. What is your internet handle and why did you choose it?
So my handle was Personally Speaking, at personally.speaking, and it still is. I don't know why I said was. I chose that because originally it was my like fashion lurker account. So I would just kind of use it to like follow like all the beauty gurus I loved, or all the, fashion accounts, and of course fashion history and stuff. And I was following all the costumers on there for like years. Like I've been through many fall for costumes. And eventually I finally decided to join in like this past October. I was like, quarantine, I've literally, like, why not, So yeah, I just kept it because, too lazy to really think of anything else, but also to kind of encourage other people who might be lurking to like join in the fun, because it's genuinely very rewarding. It's like shockingly rewarding, like making your own clothes and like interacting with people who love silk as much as you. So
yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to talk to you was because you're new, and typically we talk to people who've been doing this for a while, and it's interesting to get the perspective of someone who just started this. So yeah, that's very cool. You have made a lot of like beautiful things in such a short amount of time. Yeah, I'm impressed with your level of prolificacy. Is that even a word? Did I just make up a word, prolificacy?
I mean,
I heard what you meant.
Yeah. But thank you.
If you do historical, what time period or place is your favorite?
So currently I only do Regency/Empire, just because I'm like I'm very beginner at this, and the shapes are not like too difficult really to put together. Regency dresses come together in like 2 to 3 days if you like really put like, your pedal to the metal. And also I find the silhouette like genuinely beautiful and like very sexy, honestly, for pre-1950 kind of silhouettes. So yeah, I also just love the Regency period. I think it's like super interesting with all these like colorful characters from like, you know, the Prince Regent to Josephine Bonaparte to whoever the anonymous writer of The Woman of Color is, and of course like Jane Austen. So there's a lot to draw me to the Regency and a lot of events that you can wear the clothes to. So I just thought it'd be like a good entry point.
How did you start in costuming?
Red Threaded's Fall for Costume.
Hey, Red Threaded.
Yeah, shout out to her, love her, queen, goddess, empress, yes. But yeah, I've been seeing the hashtag for forever because like I said, I was like lurking. And finally I was just like, you know what, let's do it. Let's, you know, because it's a really structured way to start your account if you are like starting an account. So I just did that, and I grabbed the American Duchess Simplicity pattern, 1790s S8941 if y'all need that. And I like finished it by the end of Fall for Costume, and it was really great. It was a fun way to do it. So yeah.
That's awesome. What are your favorite parts of costuming or clothes to make?
Dresses. I love dresses. I'm such a girly girl, like out of costume. So I love like dresses, like day dresses, morning dresses, afternoon dresses, evening dresses. Like I'm a dress girl. I'm a dress girl for sure.
I'm like, are there historical t-shirts?
That's a good
Wow.
question.
There's a niche market. Somebody
Yeah.
get the trademark.
Yeah.
What aspects of costuming drew you to it?
I like grew up reading like, you know, Little Women and like A Little Princess and all of those kind of classic Victorian novels. And then of course I watched the period dramas that went with them. And like, I guess I'm a very visual person, and I was like swept away by these like period dramas. And, you know, I mean, who doesn't want to be Elizabeth Bennet on that like rock in Pride and Prejudice 2005 with like, you know, the wind, you know the shot I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just kind of really drew me because I wanted that fantasy really for myself. I just kind of, you know, wanted to feel the wind whipping through my bonnet, and it might blow off in a romantic way or something, and, you know, feel like a princess. So yeah, that's kind of why. And then also like, I never really saw anybody who looked like me in period dramas. I mean, obviously until recently, but like, you know, even then, they usually aren't in like main roles or like not suffering, LOL. So I kind of can control the narrative with my own account. I make my own beautiful dresses. I can be the Emma I want to be, you know, like I have control over it. So it's like my fun way of inserting myself.
That's a fantastic way to look at it. What is your favorite or most epic completed project?
My favorite is probably my little white dress, just because like quintessential Regency, everyone has one. It's like very Jane. I feel very Jane Austen wearing it, and it's comfortable as hell. It's so comfortable. It's so comfy.
I can't wait to make mine. I have the same pattern you're talking about, and I'm going to make my first dress from it. So yeah, I want that little white dress.
I cannot wait. It's so good. And it's super easy to put on too. So like you won't have like, you know, like a servant situation where you need somebody to like, you know, to button you. So
I know, right? Because I don't have servants.
I can't even reach behind me. I don't know what I would do with a button. So
I am all my husband can't, no. And I just stand there going, help.
Well, I bought the stays and my husband had to tighten them, and I don't even know what's going on back there. Like I have no idea what he does or if he's doing it right or not. But
watch him have done like that perfect fan lacing. Like he just knows instinctively.
What is the silliest thing that's ever happened to you at an event?
This is like super weird, but also really fun. So I went to the Jane Austen Festival in Bath like a few years ago, as I mentioned. And when me and my friend were taking pictures in like the Royal Crescent area, in like that grassy green area. And we just got like accosted by this like literally like I'm not even exaggerating 30-person group of Chinese tourists, and they started immediately taking pictures with us. But what they didn't know was that I speak Mandarin, so we got to talking, and like we had like this whole chat. Like they invited me to come party with them in Guangzhou. It was really lit, and my friend had no idea what was going on this whole time. By the way, it was like 20-minute conversation, and I was just speaking in Mandarin, and she does not speak Mandarin. And it was hilarious. And they were like, they called me the Black Jane Austen, like the Haste of the Jane Austen. And I was like, okay, mood, I'll take it. You know, I'll take it. Party in Guangzhou, let's go. Like,
what made you learn Mandarin?
This is so weird. When I was like 11, I read in Vanity Fair. This is very indicative of me. I read in Vanity Fair that like China's economy was like blowing up. And of
Yeah.
course, obviously it is, and did blow up. And so I was like, okay, we got to get ahead of the curve here. And also I love Chinese food. I love Chinese food. So
I've
yeah.
spent like 6, 8 weeks in China, like tooling around over the amount of time that I've been there. My friend lived there in Shanghai for a couple years, so I went and visited and then, toured around and whatever. Man, it's fun. Like that place is awesome. Highly recommend.
Want to go. I've never been. I really, really, really want to go. I have like a whole like trip planned of like.
I bet you do, since you can speak the language. You probably like want to go somewhere where you can speak it.
Yeah, I talk to my phone and it shows it.
2 words. Oh wait, maybe more than 2 words. 你好 and
hello.
我的名字 Gigi.
Hello, 你好。我的名字是细油话. That's my Chinese.
You do a much better accent.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Thanks. Girl, tones are hard. That language is hard, but I do love Chinese. And
what is your favorite costuming memory?
Oh, this is actually on my Instagram, kind of. When I first finished my little white dress, I ran through my house trying to haunt my parents like I was a ghost. I found it extremely funny. And it was Halloween, by the way. I finished it like a few days before Halloween. And I would just bother my parents and my sister too. And they were like, who is this like weird girl in like Regency clothing trying to haunt us? Like, this is LA, like chill. Like, it was really funny. I thought it was funny. I don't know about them, but I thought it was funny.
You were on that high that happens when you finish an outfit. You're like, ah.
And when it actually fits and it looks good and you're like, yes.
And especially with like, Regency too, the flow of the skirt, it's like beautiful. It's like so nice. And so I was very, very excited about that.
Who's your costumer crush?
Oh my gosh. So many. I'm probably going to leave somebody out, but I literally wrote down a list because I love these people. I cannot get enough of Christina Lancaster. I think she has one of the most stunning collections of accident garments I've ever seen anybody own personally, let alone in a museum. Asta Darling, Before the Automobile, the Vintage Guidebook, who you guys interviewed, she's a queen. Historical Garments, you also interviewed, she's a queen. Sostine, Soraya _WK. Some of these people, I like, they don't post their names, so I literally have only like their IGs to go by. Some Russian folks who I'm totally gonna mess up the pronunciation, but Svetka Baldress and Nikita Ivanovsky are 2 of the most talented costumers I've literally ever seen in my life, and it's absurd. My friend Georgian Sohn, shout out, Rachel G7, modern mantua maker, takes stunning photos. I'm so shocked and jealous. I want her photos. Dressing Miss Dashwood, Modest Modiste, Brazilian Baroness, Sewing Frankly. Oh my God, so many people. There are so many like talented people in this community. It's like honestly shocking. Like you would think it's like a more niche thing, but there are so many incredibly talented people out here. I love it.
What's your theme song for sewing or crafting? What is on your playlist?
Oh crap. Okay. I have like 2 moods. So I'm either playing like actual period drama. Like I have like an 80 to like 180 long playlist of just waltzes. I could just be playing my period drama soundtracks, maybe a little Bach in there. Or it'll be like Megan Thee Stallion, City Girls, Kanye, Jay-Z, Kate Renata, like just going for it. Like so, which is a fun dichotomy, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Who inspires you?
Honestly, just like women throughout history. Women generally. I love women. But yeah, whether it's like Jenny Jerome or like Nell Gwynn, or just like the many nameless women throughout history who just went through the unimaginable, or just the everyday. I'm just like so inspired by women. I think they're so cool. I love women. And there's also this really good quote that's like, you are your ancestors' wildest dream. And I think about that a lot. Yeah. I love that quote. So yeah.
Okay.
How can we be better mentors for our community?
Honestly, just by reaching out. I just like always respond to people who reply to my stories or like DM me or comment or something. or like I'm like super, I like very much so interact with people on Instagram. I'm like almost maybe like too much, but it's opened up some like really fun conversations, and like I've honestly like genuinely made friendships online, and like yeah, so I just think like kind of being a little bold and taking that extra step, and you know, if someone's like new to the community, you know, comment, or you know, I don't know, I think just like bonding kind of.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite inspirational quote?
Yes. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars, and then see yourself running with them. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations.
I have never heard that one before, and it's beautiful.
It's so pretty, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I said it in a dramatic way, but like genuinely a beautiful quote.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that one. Thank you for teaching it to me.
I got you. I got you.
So if you could give a new costumer one piece of advice, what would it be?
Go for it. I was a lurker until very recently. And I know a lot of people are just lurking out there because there's like 7 billion people on the planet. But go for it. It is genuinely so rewarding, like making beautiful clothes, and also specifically making clothes that you've seen in period dramas if you're a big period drama fan like me. And then being able to like wear them and like have your own little moment, okay? Like it's really, really like inspiring and like wonderful. And yeah, so I just say like go for it. DM somebody, ask them like what a good beginner pattern is, or just Google it. Honestly, there's a lot of like guides out there. But yeah, just go for it.
If you have a message of inclusion or equity that you'd like to send out, we would be happy to make space for that.
Listen to people of color. Listen to them when they're like saying something, but also hire them.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, like half of the like weird quandaries we are having always could just be like fixed if you hired a person of color, like one even, but please hire more than one.
All right. That is a good piece of advice.
I
Solid.
support that message.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us today, Shannyn. It was lovely to get to know you better. Thank you also to our viewers for joining us today. We will leave a list of Shannyn's information down below so that you can all go follow her on all of her platforms.
Please do give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't. And if you have a costumer of color that you think we should interview, please let us know in the description box below. There's a little link to a form. Make sure to leave some love for Shannyn in the comments below. Stay safe out there and take care of each other.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.